Good morning, this is David Vilmeter, and today I'm going to be talking about deploying the Java runtime environment, the latest version of Java, essentially, to client computers of your Active Directory network via a group policy object. So it's pretty widely known that you can deploy software using GPO or group policy object. But some software is trickier than others, and if you want to deploy Java using a group policy object, it requires a few hoops to go through, especially if you want to do so in a way that Java does not prompt the end user on the local workstation for updates when a new version comes out, or it doesn't really do any pop-ups in regards to Java update expiration. So here's how to do just that. So in my environment today, I have a Windows server running 2008 R2 Service Pack 1 and a workstation running Windows 7 Service Pack 1. We're going to be deploying Java, the latest version, Java 7U60, Update 60, to this Windows 7 workstation. And the Windows 7 workstation currently has the Java 7U55 update installed. So we're going to go from 55 to 60 essentially. Let's get going. On the server, we're going to go ahead and download the full version of Java first, and then do basically a mock install and grab the MSI file. So, you know, with 2008 server, we can deploy software natively using GPOs, but we can only deploy MSIs. And of course, if we go to the Java website and try to download Java, it's going to go ahead and just give us a regular file. We don't want to do this one because this is, you know, kind of the bundled installer. We want to go to all downloads and download the full offline version of Java. And this will get us the file that contains the MSI that we need. To extract the MSI, we're going to go ahead and open that file by going to downloads and finding, oh, I already had it here, finding that file and running it. And when we have this window open, we're actually going to go run over to app data, and we're going to click on app data local and app data local low and sun and Java, and we're going to find this JRE 170_60 folder. This is going to have our latest update MSI files. And so here's our MSI and a cab file. We're going to copy this and put it in a repository that is publicly accessible, or a share that's publicly accessible to all client workstations, at least for read permissions. I've already created a folder here in my public deployment share on the server. Basically, this is a share called deployments. And there I have a number of things that I'm using to deploy to workstation, including Office templates and other things. And in there I have a Java updates folder, and here are all my different Java deployment packages. And I'm just going to go ahead and paste it into the Java 7U60 folder. I've already done this, so here is my cab and my MSI file. Now what I also want to do is I want to customize this particular Java application so that when deployed, after it's deployed to the client, it doesn't bother them about a number of things. It doesn't do AutoUpdate checks. It doesn't pop up when Java is out of date and things like that, because I want to manage all that from the server. And it doesn't notify them to download the new version of Java, which may or may not be bundled with some crapware. So all of that I want to disable. In addition to that, I also want to make sure that it gets pushed to Internet Explorer as far as the add-ins are concerned, and Mozilla Firefox. Alright, so here's how to do that. We're basically going to create a custom MST file that we can push alongside the MSI file. To do this, we're going to want an application called Instead. This is basically a free application. I'll include a link to download in the video comments. But essentially this application allows you to modify an MSI file with customizations. First, we're going to go ahead and open up the MSI file. So we're going to go ahead and click on Open Files and then locate our MSI file. And then we're going to go ahead and click on Transform, New Transform, and save this transform as some file that we want. And then we're going to go ahead and make a few changes. We're going to go scroll down to the Properties tab. And then we're going to go ahead and make these properties changes. We're going to set AutoUpdate Check to 0. And we're going to go ahead and set IE Explorer to 1. Just go down the list. Java Update to 0. JU to 0. Mozilla to 1. Reboot to yes. Change that to no. And then we're going to create a new registry entry. And we're going to set that to notify download. I have this in the comments as well. Just set to 2. Just set to that. And these settings really kind of work with most versions of Java 7, so you don't have to worry about changing these values between the next downloaded update. Unless Java makes a big change to how their software works, these settings should work on the next update as well. Alright, so here we go. This is the extra row that we add, and now we're going to click on Save. And then just leave all these options unchecked and click OK. Alright, so now we've gotten a new transform here. It's basically the same as the one I already created previously. But yeah, so this is what we're going to deploy alongside with the MSI. Alright, so we can cancel out of this. And now let's go ahead and go to our group policy objects and create a group policy object or edit a group policy object that's going to affect our computers. So in here, in my group policy management, I have a number of organizational units, and for my computers OU, this is the OU that contains all my workstations, I already have a computer-based policy that deploys the Java JRE Update. So I'm going to go ahead and edit this existing policy in my case. If in your case you don't have one, you can just create it. And I'm going to actually modify the existing software settings and remove the existing Java Update 55 and then redeploy the Java Update 60. This is so that I don't have a number of uninstall objects and add remove programs or programs and features rather that say, you know, the older version of Java. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove this and say immediately uninstall from users. This is actually going to uninstall when the user reboots, but our new software is going to take care of all this for us. The new version of Java, anything really 7 and up, when you install it, it actually removes the old version as well. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and click on New Package, and we're going to go ahead and locate on the server. It's important that you locate it using UNC notation, or you locate the server using your network here. If you just locate it using a drive, you're going to confuse the GPO, and it's not going to be able to deploy. So we want to make sure that we use UNC notation to locate our deployable MSI file here. We're going to go to that folder that I had shared, dc/deployment/Java updates, and locate our Java MSI file. And then we're going to go ahead and click on Advanced here because we want to actually deploy the MST as well. So we're going to click on Advanced and then OK. This will go ahead and take a minute and analyze the update file, and then it's going to give us a number of different parameters we can modify here. I'm going to leave all those and just navigate on over to the Modifications tab, click Add, and locate our new transform that we've created, and then click OK. Alright, so now we've basically deployed that new version of Java Update 60 to our workstation, or workstations, depending on how many computers we have in this OU. And that's really all there is to it. Now we can go ahead and deploy our GPO. So I'm on the server going to go ahead and do a GP update. and just kind of send those changes to the global group policy repository. And then on the client, I'm also going to do a GPO update force once that's complete, and that's going to go ahead and trigger the reinstall of Java on the client. It's going to basically do an uninstall of the old version of Java and an install of the new version. So I'm going to go do GPO update force on the client. Oh yeah, and this is my client here. You can see it's Windows 7. And it's now going to go ahead and pull that updated policy. It's going to tell us that we need to reboot the system because there is a software installation pending. We're going to say sure, let's go ahead and reboot. And it's going to go and reboot the system in less than a minute here. And when it comes back up, we'll double check the version of Java and make sure that it is going to be Java 7 update 60 instead of update 55. Alright. This reboot. Meanwhile, so this is basically the changes that we've implemented here. This basically tells Java to not check for updates or prompt the user for download of new versions of Java and deploy the Java update to Mozilla and Internet Explorer and not reboot the system. Okay, I'll put this in the video comments and in my article that accompanies the video as well. Alright, so let's wait for this machine to reboot here. So on the first reboot, after your deployment, users may note, a couple of seconds longer on their workstation before they're presented with the Control-Alt-Delete screen. This is indicative of Java actually installing in the background, installing and uninstalling in this case. So it may take a minute longer for users to be able to get a ready desktop after you deploy your software. Alright, so here we are. System appears to be ready. And here's our desktop. Let's go ahead and check the version of Java. And make sure it installed and deployed properly. And there we go. New version of Java update 60 build 19 has been installed. And the system is ready to go. So I can actually now go and open an Explorer and do a Java version check, and it should tell me that I have the latest version of Java installed. And it does. So I now have version 7 update 60 installed, and I'm good to go. The nice thing also is that if I go to add remove program, it just shows me a single item for whatever I've got installed. So I don't have to worry about seeing all the old versions of Java I deployed at some point. And that's because I went to the GPO object and decided to remove the old version before deploying a new one. If you don't do that, you'll basically see a number of orphaned objects in here, let's say the older versions of Java. Alright, so that's all there is to it. If you have any questions, just drop me a line. Thanks.